Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson and I'll be your guide on today's journey. We have an informative and engaging program lined up just for you.
Attention overseas farm work applicants. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security does not charge fees for recruitment or placement for any of the overseas opportunities. If anyone asks you to pay for documents, cards or processing, it is not the ministry's process. You are being misled.
We will never say to you beforehand that you should provide us with documentation and expenses for you to be able to get a card. That's not the ministry's process. It will never be. So once you see or hear of that kind of interaction, you know that you're going down the wrong path. So you have to be very careful.
To confirm authorized recruiters, check the ministry's website or call the ministry directly for verification. Stay informed, stay safe, don't be misled. Farmwork applications are free.
Thank you so much for staying with us right here on Jamaica Magazine. Planning and precision are essential when it comes to national development. Let's examine how strategic allocations within the national budget are supporting key initiatives in energy, transport and telecommunications for the upcoming fiscal year.
Let me just start by saying, commitment made, commitment kept.
The ministry remains focused on a clear mandate, fueling growth through sustainable energy solutions, efficient transport systems, and seamless telecommunication services. To do this in the 2026-2027 financial year, the Ministry of Energy, Transport and Telecommunications has been allocated a recurrent budget of $25.7 billion and a capital budget of $942 million with a revenue target of $796.48 million. The government is strengthening its commitment to energy sustainability with $911.14 million earmarked for key initiatives in this area. To maintain and improve the nation's electrical infrastructure, $208.63 million will be directed towards electrification services, an increase of $16.249 million over the previous fiscal year. This funding will support robust oversight by the government electrical regulator and ensure safe, reliable service delivery. $443.02 million has been allocated to help close the funding gap to assist vulnerable groups post-Hurricane Melissa. Funds were reallocated from the Rural Electrification Program post-hurricane.
Focuses on restoring safe electrical access, repairing homes, providing house wiring for regularization, and supporting GER recertification and offering small solar solutions to vulnerable groups. It is expected to benefit thousands of households across 7 parishes and 14 priority zones.
Despite that shift, the transition to cleaner, greener grid remains firmly on track. A total of $259.482 million has been set aside to support implementation of the National Energy Policy, which aims to achieve a 50% renewable energy share in Jamaica's electricity mix by 2030. Of that amount, $98.461 million will support the generation procurement entity. In the area of transport management and services, $12.24 billion has been allocated. This includes projected earnings of $40.25 million from monitoring fees under the Jamaica North-South Highway Project Concession Agreement. To enhance road safety, the government has committed $1.13 billion to the operations of the Island Traffic Authority and to provide a subsidy to the National Road Safety Council. The Island Traffic Authority remains responsible for vehicle examinations to determine roadworthiness as well as the testing of applicants for driver's licenses. Meanwhile, $830 million has been allocated to maritime transport management. Of that sum, the Maritime Authority of Jamaica MAJ is projected to generate $355.4 million from ship registration, certification of seafarers, and the licensing and inspection of small vessels to fund its operations. And now to higher levels. Air Transport Management has been allocated $8.51 billion. The Jamaica Civil Aviation Authority has responsibility for regulating air navigation services as well as air safety, and with that, the entity is expected to earn $149.831 million to help offset its operating expenses.
The government of Jamaica has long understood the power of connectivity as a promoter for societal advancement. In a world where this digital landscape evolves at an unprecedented pace.
And so, $1.04 billion has been allocated to modernize the government's ICT governance framework. Included in the allocation is $149 million for ICT policy and regulation and $900 million for ICT propagation. Over on the capital side, the Energy Management and Efficiency Program has received a further extension from January 2026 to July 2027. The project has received a further injection of $942 million. It is being funded by the European Union, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the Japan International Cooperation Agency. For this fiscal year, it is anticipated that the project will see the completion of the retrofitting of air conditioning systems and lighting at 4 hospitals, complete energy-efficient lighting retrofits at 50 health, education, and public agency buildings, as well as the completion of the technical review of proposed reformulated GOJ license to the nationwide electricity provider. From expanding renewable energy initiatives to enhancing road safety, maritime regulation, and aviation oversight, the Ministry of Energy, Transport, and Telecommunications 2026-2027 budget reflects a coordinated push towards modernization and sustainability.
I'm Landy. Welcome to NLA Connect, the National Land Agency's customer engagement platform. NLA Connect is a simple, user-friendly platform designed to help you share your feedback, get support, and updates about land-related matters. Available 24/7, NLA Connect allows you to share suggestions, comments, and commendations, submit queries and report issues, attach files with your requests, track requests, and get real-time status updates. Connect with NLA client engagement officers, and provide feedback on the service received by the platform. We're making it easier for you to connect with us. You can access NLA Connect via our website, using the kiosk at any of our offices, or scanning the QR code displayed at our locations. Need any help along the way? Check out our FAQs section. It has all the answers you need in one location. NLA Connect, your voice, our priority.
Education and skills training continue to open doors and offer a lifeline to residents across Jamaica. Up next, we look at how the Heart and Estate Trust vocational training centers in Clarendon and St. Catherine are preparing students with practical, industry-ready skills.
Jamaica, an island known for its breathtaking beauty, rich culture, and indomitable spirit. But beyond its golden beaches and vibrant music lies a deeper story, one of resilience, hope, and a transformation in the heart of the island. In the heart of this paradise, many people face challenges, limited opportunities, economic hardships, and the need for skill development. But where there are challenges, there are also solutions. And that's where Heart NSTA Trust makes a difference.
Hi, I am Charlene Mohan, Regional Director for Region 6, that's Clarendon and St. Catherine. In Region 6, there are 4 institutions. There's the Southeast TVET Cluster, which includes Loidersville Campus and the Old Harbour Campus. And there's also the Ebony Park Academy and the Hart College of Construction Services. This region covers 4 key sectors: agriculture, construction, hospitality, and services.
Heart NSTA Trust has been at the forefront of youth empowerment in Jamaica, equipping minds with skills, knowledge, and confidence to build their futures. Through vocational training, mentorship, and career development, creating pathways to success.
We ensure in this region that prospective trainees have access to our agile recruitment initiatives. In this region, we believe that we should be out, engaging, and retaining persons for TVET training and services. And so we are at the schools. We also leverage the Heart NSTA Trust social media pages because we recognize our young people are on those spaces. We utilize the organization's website to ensure that our information is readily available. And in our towns, right across Region 6, we utilize the digital boards so persons can access the information readily about our services and our programs.
My name is Kevon Johnson. I'm a graduate from the Laudersville Institute. I did general construction, drywall construction, tiling, painting, and also furniture making.
Now, let's take a minute to visit the Ebony Park Academy. This institution plays a pivotal role in developing skilled professionals in agriculture and hospitality, contributing significantly to Jamaica's workforce and economic growth. Nestled in the rural community of Tollgate, Clarendon, between Maypen and Mandeville, the area is known for its agricultural activities, including sugarcane cultivation, livestock farming, and inland aquaculture.
In Region 6, we have the only TVET Agriculture Academy in the organization, and that's the Ebony Park Academy. At the Ebony Park Academy, we offer training programs which include horticulture, aquaponics, hydroponics, agro-food processing, general agriculture, among so many other programs. We believe in farm to table, and so we offer hospitality, showing and showcasing how we will take the food from the farm to the table. We also have the Hart College of Construction Services, the only TVET workforce college for construction in Jamaica, where you can actually attain your bachelor's degree equivalent there at the Hart College of Construction Services. These 2 institutions have active training-based enterprises and are both residential institutions where trainees can come, reside on the campus, and live and learn how to become TVET professionals in the world and the field that they pursue.
To ensure that our courses are aligned with industry standards, we have stakeholders consultation where we bring those persons in that we send our trainees to for work experience, and also who employ our students. And we have a conversation about what is new and emerging, what are the areas that we need to focus our training on. We also ensure that we review what are the labor market findings, what are new trending skills, what do we expect to see in terms of new areas, and we align our programs on both campuses to ensure that we stay current and relevant with our offerings.
The Heart NSTA Trust offers the High School Diploma Equivalency HSDE program, a literacy and numeracy intervention designed to provide learning opportunities for adult learners ages 17 and older who have either exited or never entered the formal education system. This program offers a second chance for individuals to pursue their personal, academic, and professional goals with a strong educational foundation. Participants receive support in developing literacy and numeracy skills, achieving competencies at the Caribbean Secondary Examinations Council (CSEC) level, enhancing employability and core skills, and transitioning into the workforce or other hard programs.
I ensure that our institutions meet the workforce demands and contribute to national growth by ensuring that our programs are labor market driven, by ensuring that we collaborate with our key stakeholders, by providing flexible programs that are both delivered online and face-to-face, by providing our trainees with information on MSME and entrepreneurship support so that they can become business owners and build our country. We also provide workforce development and skills development, and we strongly believe in quality assurance through program evaluation.
This land of wood and water is more than just a picturesque escape. It is a land of potential. From the vibrant farmlands of Clarendon to the industrial hub, St. Catherine, the island thrives because of its people. Located in the northern part of St. Catherine, Luidesville is a small rural community known for its lush landscapes, agricultural activity, and sugar plantations. Home to one of the oldest estates in Jamaica, the Worthy Park Estate, a historic sugar and rum-producing plantation. Luidesville is a hidden gem, blending agricultural heritage, natural beauty, and historical significance in a peaceful countryside setting.
The skill training programs that are offered on the Luidesville campus include welding, electrical installation, drywall construction, general construction, housekeeping, food and beverage, restaurant service, and a number of business skills including human resource management and administrative assistance. On the Old Harbour campus, we offer motor vehicle technology, plumbing, general construction, early childhood education, event planning, human resource management, and data operation, among other skills.
Getting certified in the construction industry has allowed me now to register for the teacher program. I'm now currently an instructor in training at the same Lauderdale Institute that I graduated from. One word I use to describe my experience at Lauderdale, it would be memorable. It allowed me to improve myself, to better my skill, and all the people that I met throughout this institution have helped me to improve my career development.
With every strong person empowered, Jamaica grows stronger. As Heart NSTA Trust continues to shape lives, it also shapes the future of this region. One skill, one dream, one success story at a time.
To ensure that our students secure internship and job placements, we partner with different industries where we send them out on work study. We also have continuous evaluation to see the areas of strength, the areas of weakness, and based on what the employers would say, we are able to get our trainees jobs based on their performance. And we can boast that one of our areas of strength is in the area of motor vehicle technology, where we would have sent trainees to ATL, JUTC, and they get employment at the completion of their internship.
I would say to prospective trainees, the future is skills driven. And so, I would invite them to come to the Heart NSTA Trust. There is a program and an opportunity here at the Heart NSTA Trust for you.
The heart of Jamaica is its people. And through Heart NSTA Trust, that heart beats stronger than ever. Be smart. Choose Heart.
March is recognized as Nutrition Month and Colon Cancer Awareness Month. A reminder that the choices we make about food can have a lasting impact on our health. Up next, we explore the connection between nutrition and cancer.
We must exercise. We must seek to eat the right portions of the food groups that these studies have shown are important to a healthy body. And healthcare in Jamaica, I think, needs to shift somewhat away from the challenges of curing ailments to the challenge of preventing.
And as Jamaica moves to balance its disease prevention interventions with the curative aspects of healthcare, Jamaicans must explore the role that the foods we eat can play. Nutrition does play a role, both as a risk factor and as a tool for managing diseases such as cancer.
Essentially, cancer occurs whenever one of the cells in the body decides that it's going to misbehave and not listen to any instructions at all. And so it just grows and grows and grows and doesn't listen to the regular body signals to say, this is how you should behave. So it's really a misbehaving cell which proliferates and grows, and it then becomes a misbehaving tissue.
And what you eat or not can make a difference in how your body's cells behave.
The fundamental control systems in your body are all chemicals, and therefore the chemicals that you put in your body comes from food. So if there is any mismatch or which can occur, one can end up with having what we call a risk of cancer.
Doctors say that a typical diet for most Jamaicans, with its huge servings of starchy foods like rice, flour, yam and banana, with only small amounts of vegetables, does not provide the healthy benefits that can come through a diet. Instead, doctors suggest eating more fruits and vegetables rich in fiber and antioxidants, and fresh foods high in calcium and vitamin D. Fat-related chemicals are among those that tend to promote cancer, so diets that are high in fat create more of a predisposition to the disease. Alcohol can also have a negative impact.
We say you should not smoke. We also say that you should not consume alcohol if at all possible. The equivalent of an ounce a day is perhaps the limit that we'd allow.
Of course, there are other things not in our foods, found in our environment, which can cause you to get cancers, including toxins such as asbestos. But our focus here is on the role of what we consume, particularly processed foods, which doctors agree should only be eaten in minimal amounts. Some processed meats, for instance, have been linked to things like the propensity to develop colon cancer. To lower the risks, nutritionists recommend fresh meats that are broiled, baked, or steamed to get rid of the excess fat. Nutrition is seen not only as a means of prevention, but also part of the treatment for diseases such as cancer. Patients with cancer are often given specific nutrition interventions as part of their treatment regimen.
So apart from the specific surgical procedure you may have, or the radiological procedure that you may have, radiotherapy, or even the chemotherapy that you may have, nutrition also plays a role in you surviving your therapy.
In striving for a healthy lifestyle, which includes eating well, it's important to maintain physical and mental fitness. Fit individuals engaging in physical exercise at least 3 times per week are more likely not to have any of the chronic, non-communicable diseases such as cancer.
You should engage in at least 3 bouts of physical activity, at least 30 minutes for the day, moderate walking at minimum or the equivalent. You should have to be as stress-free as possible, and you should aim to achieve your ideal body weight. So those factors would generally lead you to what we consider to be a healthy lifestyle, which will tend to protect you not only from cancers, but also other cardiovascular diseases like diabetes and hypertension.
Disease prevention should be our priority. So let's all make our food our medicine and our medicine our food. It's everybody's business.
On the board this week, the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, is calling on members of the public to join them for the Smart Fare Link-Up, where you can get your Smart Fare card and top up on the spot for seamless travel. Catch the team at 8 a.m. on these dates. March 17 in Linstead at Dixon's Drugstore, 43 Kings Street. In Old Harbour, March 13 at Prescription Plus, East Side Plaza. March 20 at Blue Phone and Accessories, Glendon Court Plaza. And March 27 at Kennedy's Pharmacy, Juicy Plaza. The Jamaica Midlife Health Society invites you to its first CME accredited Zoom webinar symposium for 2026, titled The Challenges of Managing Sleep and Burnout. Where are you? Scheduled for March 29, 2026, the symposium will explore sleep challenges, chronic stress, and burnout affecting many Jamaicans before, during, and beyond midlife. Join a panel of expert clinicians as they share practical strategies to improve energy, focus, and overall well-being. A special gift certificate will be offered to the first 5 JIS viewers who register for the webinar. For more information and registration details, visit the Jamaica Midlife Health Society online at Jamaica Midlife or email jmhs.official@gmail.com. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company is offering a special school charter promotion, providing 20% off charter services from February 1 to March 31, 2026. It's perfect for school trips, educational tours, sporting events, and extracurricular travel. Book today by calling 876-749-3192 tonight. Email charter@jutc.com.jm or via their website portal.jutc.gov.jm. The Jamaica Festival Song Competition 2026 is now accepting entries, and you could be the next big winner. Submit an original song that promotes patriotism and captures the true Jamaican spirit. Win over $3 million in cash and prizes. Entries close March 31, 2026. Enter now at jcdc.awardsplatform.com. Kingston Technical High School presents a charity gospel concert. Join us on April 18, 2026 at 82 Hanover Street on the school grounds for a night of worship and community. Performances by the Jamaica Constabulary Force Choir, Joshua McDonald, Hilkiah Jones, the KC Band, and more. Hosted by Marklin Edwards. Tickets, students with ID $1,500, adults $3,000. All proceeds will support the restoration of the school's B block. For more information, call 876-922-1170. And that's all for community notices this Saturday. If you have a community event to share on our notice board, give us a call at 876-922-8680 or email jabertha.atkinson@jis.gov.jm.
Before we go, do one thing this weekend. Challenge the beliefs you have for yourself. Mental and internal barriers sometimes hold us back, so break free. That brings us to the end of today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. You can stay connected with us online at jis.gov.jm and on our social media platforms. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.